In the past year or so, we've done a little over $500,000 from YouTube Organic, just selling, coaching offers, mentorship, service-based businesses, whatever. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how to scale not only your YouTube Organic, but your overall mentorship by using YouTube Organic now or in the future, because YouTube is the most powerful lever that you can pull. So some people we've helped, we took this into business from 7K a month to $152,000 cash collected in 87 days with YouTube Organic, taking them from 3K subs to, at this point, over 10K. Drew Flips helped him make over $40,000. So he hit 26K a month. Ryan Bautista, $44,000 in 2 weeks. Fours went from 1K a month to 17K. He's had around 15 to 20K a month consistently. Helped Smith Reese a little bit as well, do 50K when we worked with him. Also helped Fontu Cut make at this point over $70,000. Also have done a little over $30,000, maybe even more for my own offer, just selling on my YouTube. And obviously we're scaling that right now. But the main pillars are scaling it. It's four, right? You can't just have YouTube Organic and print. You obviously have to have a system behind it, but YouTube Organic will make you so much money. And at this point, we've become a master at it, just tripling subs, doing it for our own offer, helping all of our clients with tons of different outliers. So I'm going to break down how to actually use YouTube Organic to your advantage, as well as the conversion mechanism to turn these viewers into calls and then the calls into cash. And then so that way you can actually scale and never hit a plateau. Okay, first pillar is content. So the whole thing with content, man, it's king, right? It's 2026 almost. It's the year of personal brands. If you're not posting content, you're behind. I even post content. That's why I'm making this YouTube video. But the key to everything is content. This is what brings in the leads, okay? If you don't have any leads in your funnel, any leads in your pipeline, what are you going to sell? You can't sell anything. And I really love YouTube, so I'm going to go over some YouTube stuff, but you can use this for Instagram as well. I love YouTube just because it's the best platform. YouTube's king. It warms people up insane. Like the 80% close rate, YouTube organic. But the sequence is they see you on organic content or from ads. They book a call. They watch your funnel. They book a call, whatever, and they pay you money. So let's look at this client, right? And that went to $117,000. His name is Devin Senath. I can show him. I'll show him real quick for you guys. Boom. So this is him. I'm literally on the account right now because I'm a manager. I help out, but as you can see, almost 10,000 subscribers so far. We've created tons and tons of outliers for him: 16x, 3.4x, 5.9, 7.7, 2.5, 2.3, 2.8, 2.8, 2.1, 3.2, 2.6, 6x. So it's like this one 2x, this one 1.7. So all these videos have been more than a 1x outlier that we've helped him with, as well as these case studies, how to break out of, you know what I mean? So it's like we've generated him a lot of traffic and in turn made him a lot of money. He went from 7K a month doing 30 to 50K a month. So you need to understand like what actually happened with him, and then I'm gonna get into the YouTube sauce. But from August 10th to September 10th, he had 36.9. Unfortunately, it's not 6.7, but if you know 6.9, you know. But anyways, so he only got 36.9K views. He gained some subs and whatever, but his subs were really low before he came in at about 3K, right? Low monthly audience. And then from September 10th to December 17th, we took him to almost 10K subs and 420,000 views over that time period, 15,000 watch hours. That's like 2 years worth of watch time, and we tripled the monthly audience, in turn making a lot more money with the info. 5xing, 6xing, something like that. Okay. And this was one of our best videos, as I showed you, as well as Von Tuca. We made him a 10x outlier, 1.6x. Drew Flips, tons of outliers as well. But now that you actually understand, okay, this is what we're shooting for. We're shooting for getting videos that are outliers, that actually pull in views that can make us money. Because views are an irrelevant statistic. You want to actually make money, right? I don't care about views. I could get 1 billion views on this video, but if it makes me $0, I wasted my time. Okay. So it's a very simple 5-step process to actually getting these outliers. This is what I use. Like literally for all those clients, we just did it all for them, right? Like we scripted out the video. No, we gave them the idea, gave them the packaging, and then if they needed a script, we gave that as well. But it's a 5 simple step process. It's ICP, ideate, research, packaging, production. Okay. A lot of you guys, what you do is you'll just think, oh, I like this idea. Then you'll make the video and then you'll do the packaging. That's completely wrong. Okay. The way you're doing YouTube right now is completely wrong, and it's okay. First is the ICP. You need to understand who you're making content for, because if you don't, you're going to attract the wrong person. For example, this video, YouTube Shorts versus long form, which makes the most amount of money. I didn't really have this video idea. He wanted to do it, whatever. but it was a 1.6x outlier. Didn't really do too well, and it doesn't target our ICP because our ICP is people that are doing shorts already and trying to scale. And this is targeting people that are interested in long form. Doesn't make any sense, right? And we can even look at my content as well. This does not attract, coaches, creators at all. This just attracts people who, work with these people who run agencies, which at the time is not my ICP. So I sort of waste time posting content. Sad face. And it's true. Like these videos did not really make me any money. Like they made me like maybe 6K. But for 2.5K views in a micro niche business channel, it's not too well. So, and really what you need to understand is by talking to your ICP, I've taken so many sales calls, not only for that offer, that YouTube automation offer, so I understand, but also this one. So I understand the ICP, right? I understand you guys. I have 12 pages, and this isn't just some BS AI cooking it up. This is actually what I know. Like, mainly I know that you guys have some sort of low ticket or high ticket, but you're not really making consistent money. You struggle with lead flow and close rate and maybe even show rate. Like, I just know what the coaches struggle with because I talk to you guys so much, coaches, creators, info offer owners, whatever you want to call it, but I understand them. And if you don't understand your ICP, you're going to be cooked. So now that I actually understand who I'm trying to target, I can make content that serves them, right? I know for a fact you guys want to make more money and you want to do it with less effort. That's kind of why you guys are starting info. And I just know so much about you. I know like the issues you guys struggle with, what you deal with, and what you want fixed. Shameless plug, if you are a creator or coach looking to start or scale your own, VSL funnel info offer, first link in the description. You can book a free one-on-one call with me. We'll see if I can even help you out. Worst case scenario, give you some free game. Best case scenario, I can do everything for you. But now that you understand who you're actually targeting, it's going to come down to the ideation. There's three main ways to do this. Number one is knowing your ICP. Like I said, a lot of coaches struggle with organic content targeting their ICP. So I made this video and it did pretty well for me. It did 785 views. And I don't really get a lot of views on my channel, so it did pretty well. Like I said, number two is from research. I literally stole this video from another person and it made me $12,000. I stole this reel from literally another person in my market. I'm not going to say who it was, but I made this reel, made me $12,000. And then the third way to get ideas is just shower thoughts, right? So, you might just think of a good idea. Like I figured out this idea, like, yo, I should just make a video of a conjugation of all the money I've made people and show it. So I was like, all right, bet, let's do that, So there's like three main ways to do it, but research is really good. All these ways are really good because sometimes you just get really good ideas. You're like, yo, I should make a video on that. And low-key 1 and 3 are very similar, but okay. Now that you understand how to ideate, you need to do research. This comes down to seeing what videos are popping off right now and emulating them. So for this one, right here, I started a faceless YouTube channel from scratch. Copy me, lol. I made $22,000 with a broke audience, lol. Same exact dashboard screenshot. Look, 5.2x. Now, if this targeted the right audience, the right ICP, had a good system in place at the time, this would have printed. But still, 1K views compared to my typical 200, that's pretty good. Same thing right here. How I removed my how I removed my limiting beliefs that I make 300K a month. How I removed my limiting beliefs that I make 6 figures. So he did decent here with Brez, but he didn't copy it perfectly. But anyways, you need to understand that you don't need to go create something new. You can just copy and see what works. So if you're in the dropshipping niche, you can copy it from other dropshippers. You can copy it from Make Money Online. You can even copy it from fitness if it just meshes well. This is the YouTube automation guy. I copied it. We're both in the Make Money Online niche. Boom. Right here. So it's like this is like one of the best ways to validate your idea. So it's like I was going to do this regardless of making someone $22,000, but I just took the packaging from it and the title. So it's like I had this idea, but it's like, okay, I need to research a validated format for the video. Because if you're not using something that's proven, you're risking it not doing well. And I'm not saying that doing new stuff's a bad idea, but with YouTube specifically, why not just use what works? Like it clearly fucking works, 5.2x. Like, so that's kind of like the key here. You just want to use what works. It's less energy. It works extremely efficiently. It makes it easy to pump out the content. But the packaging is the most important idea of this because if nobody clicks on your video, it doesn't matter. Like literally, YouTube is a packaging platform. And with YouTube homepage, if nobody clicks on your video, nobody watches it. So it doesn't even matter. I'll show you some thumbnails that I did. Like, look at this shit. This is ass. And this is why I was getting no views before, because like I just had bad thumbnails. Like, look at these. Like, these are all not that good at all. These are all I look poor, bro. I look so poor. But then I switch it up, right? I get like some good, I start using proven formats. I start actually doing good at my packaging. And look, these are all videos that popped off for me, and the packaging is there. It's good. Okay? So you need to understand that the packaging, which is the title and the thumbnail, is the most important part about YouTube, besides the idea. The idea, the packaging, two most important things. You need to obsess over it. You should have at least 10 to 20 iterations of a video. This is one video I made. I had 20 different iterations. So it's like for your titles, 5 to 10. For your thumbnails, 10 to 20. You need to constantly iterate. You need to be like, okay, how can I make this thumbnail better? Can I increase the saturation, decrease the brightness, change this on it, change the words, change that? You need to be like fiending for it, dude. You need to like constantly change the packaging to make it good. That's what you need to do. Because if nobody clicks on your video, it doesn't matter. I can make the best video in the world right now. I can give it all the sauce, and I have before. But if nobody clicks on the video, it doesn't matter. So you need to make sure that the packaging is key. Ideally, you aim for a 7 to 10% CTR at the start. And honestly, if you're watching this video, you're probably making money. Just hire a thumbnail guy. Like, it's 25 to 35 bucks a thumbnail. Videos make you way more money. Like, just hire a thumbnail guy. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of time. But ideally, you want to aim for a 7 to 10% CTR at the start. This is click-through rate. So on the YouTube homepage, so it's like on the YouTube homepage, it's like what percentage of people see your video on the homepage and click on it. It's that simple. But yeah, so packaging's key. And then after that, then you do production. Now you do production last because if your packaging sucks, nobody's going to click on the video. If you don't have a good idea, it's not going to work. If you don't have, a validated idea or validated format, it still will not work. Production's the easiest part though. It's just you script the intro, you do the body as the bullet points, you CTA 30% through, not at the end, just like I did. It's very simple, right? Like this is just bullet points for me to go off of. I'm just kind of raw dogging it. And the longer the video, the better. As long as it's not boring. There's no such thing as too long, just too boring. So you need to make sure that your videos are entertaining, engaging, etc. You want to aim for a higher AVD. This is the average view duration. So of people that click on the video and watch it, how long do they stay on average? The higher, the better. Right? It gets you more watch time, YouTube likes it more, etc. And really what you need to focus on is giving insight and showing personality, being yourself on camera. This is what makes people love you, like you, etc. And you need to give the what fully, and you need to give somewhat of the how, but not fully. Because if I give you all the sauce, all the little intricate details, which I have in the past, nobody will buy. So I'm giving you guys what I do, but I'm not really giving you the full how, which is going to make you come to me and want to buy from me because you're like, okay, I know like what he does. I don't really know how he does it. Let me just go pay this guy. It's that simple. So I'm not gatekeeping the sauce. I'm just not telling you how I do it, but I'm telling you what to do. And that's the key here. It's a mix of both. You want to give out a lot of value, but you don't want to give it all out. So with that out of the way, we can go into the conversion mechanisms to turn views into calls, calls into cash, and then how to actually scale. But the brand is key. That's why this section was first, because if you don't have a good brand, you don't have traffic coming in, it won't work. Okay. So you need to have a great offer and great copy. Those are the two main things. It's very easy. So first of all is your offer. Your coaching offer needs to seem more valuable than what they're paying for. What I mean is whenever you go and buy gas for your car, you being able to drive is worth more than the 50 bucks you pay in gas. And it needs to be the same thing with your offer. If I'm paying you $2, $3, $4, $5,000, the value I need to get should be more than 5,000. Otherwise, I wouldn't buy. Right? I've never had issues with offers. They're very easy to make. I like to use Alex Hormozi's value equation. Basically, right, we need to have their dream outcome in mind. Okay, what do they actually want to achieve? We offer to help them with that. Because all you're really selling at the end of the day is the dream. You're selling them an end result. Like whenever I get on calls, I'm not selling, hey, I'm just going to build these systems for you. I'm selling, hey, I'm going to help you get to XYZ. Okay, so the dream outcome is just something that they actually want. The perceived likelihood of achievement is how likely they actually feel like that they're going to get there. So this comes down to the elements in the offer, like one-on-one access, student results, etc. That makes them believe that they'll actually get there. Time delay, how long it would actually take, effort and sacrifice, how much work do they need to do. Basically, you need to craft an offer that's going to help them get to their desired outcome in a manner that's easy, fast, and one that they believe in. So I'll give you an example, like with Force, right? This is one of our clients, like I said, $17,000. This was the offer that we offered him. So we told him, hey, you're going to create content. We'll give you some guidance on that. You got coach your clients, pay for the softwares, approve our work, and then you take and close sales calls. And we're going to do everything else for you. So we're going to handle the market research. We'll revamp your offer. We'll do all the copywriting, build all the funnels, complete the entire backend systems that can actually track for you. We'll give you SOPs, trainings, etc. And we'll run weekly calls to help you out. And we'll guarantee that if you don't make, X amount and X time, we'll work with you until you do. Right. And as you can see with this offer right here, it's perfect. Because I know my audience. It's literally perfect. Dream outcome is make more money without working a ton. We do everything for him. Perceived likelihood of achievement. You do it like I do it for him. Right? In his mind, oh, Preston does it for us. Him and his team do it for us. And they have already done it before. No brainer. Effort and sacrifice. Oh, it's low. You just do it for me. I just take sales calls and record some content. And I can hire a closer and Preston can help me manage him. Time delay low. 90 days, or in this case, 52 days. You scaled to a 6-figure business in 52 days. That's pretty fast. Basically, they don't do a shit. They don't do shit and make a ton of money. That's really it. That's really our offer. So we need to make the offer no brainer for the prospect, and that's exactly what we did. That's why we get people that actually work with us and we have results because our offer is a no brainer. And you need to make sure that your offer is the same way. But after you have a good offer in place, it's going to come down to the funnel. All you're trying to do with funnels and copy is elicit a reaction, right? You have a human and you write some stuff, you build something, and you try to make them take an action. In this case, it's booking a call, right? That's really it. So this is the typical funnel that I've seen best. It's opt-in, optional. We don't really run opt-ins too much on the VSL part. We do have free courses and stuff. But VSL, application, book a call. So opt-in is basically where you grab their name, email, and phone number before they watch a VSL. They get an asset in return. That way you can email them, you can call them, you can text them, and try to sell them your mentorship. It's very simple. VSL, this is the main mechanism I use. This is one that we use to get them interested in our mentorship, and I'm going to go deeper in a little bit. But the VSL stands for virtual sales letter. It's basically a video that convinces them to buy. Application, this is where they apply to join the mentorship, and we want to qualify them based on finances, current situation, etc. Because we don't want people coming in that are broke because they just can't afford the mentorship. And then sales calls. So we run sales calls where we get a sales rep or the offer owner on the call with them. If they're a good fit, we basically close them, get them to pay us. Okay, so that's the 4 things that you kind of need to understand. But let's go into the VSL. It's a very important asset. It's one of the best assets I've actually seen personally. A really good VSL will convince people to want to buy your mentorship. I've had multiple people on offers that we've run bring up the VSL as the reason why they booked. They're like, oh yeah, like Devin said in the VSL, this opportunity is like Bitcoin right now, so I really want to get into it. Boom. All the VSL is doing is shifting their belief system, okay? So there's 3 keys, 3 main things that you need to sell them on in the VSL. Number 1 is selling them as you as an expert. As you see, we have this guy right here. If they don't see you as an expert, they don't trust you in this field, they'd never buy from you. The only way that you're going to buy from me is if you see me as an expert. That's why I'm showing results. That's why I'm giving value. I'm showing you the step-by-step process that we take. And the best way to do this it depends. If you're selling a B2C, you're selling business to the masses, teaching people to make money online, you tell your story about how you actually got into drop shipping or YouTube or e-com or whatever. Okay, and you relate to them because then they're like, okay, this guy went from here to here and he has done this thing. Well, he's obviously an expert. And this is done through results and also value. So if you show them value like I'm doing right now, and you have the results to back it up, and you have student results, it makes it a no-brainer. Straight up. So you want to sell them as you as an expert, like I said, telling your story. Then you want to sell them on the business model because if they see you as an expert, but they don't believe in the business, why would they ever buy your mentorship? It doesn't make any sense at all. So I'm never going to buy a drop shipping mentorship if I don't believe it'll work. And I haven't. Except for when that was $50 when I was 16. But that's besides the point. Okay. And you can do this by just kind of showing reasons. Basically what you want to do is you want to throw rocks at other business models and show how yours is the best. Every single business model has arguing points. It's just about being marketable. With drop shipping, it's a real business. You're not like an agency owner where your time's tied down. For agency, low startup costs, For trading, it's super easy to make more money. You don't have a boss, you don't have clients, you don't have this, you don't have that. You only work 1 to 2 hours a day. For info, it's literally the most scalable business model. Every single business model has ways to convince people to buy it. You just have to know your ways and put it in a way where it changes their beliefs and makes them realize, holy shit, this is the next opportunity. If they believe that, it's really easy to sell them, because if they're not bought in on the business model from a marketing standpoint, they'll never buy. Then 3 is selling them on your mentorship and selling them on themselves. So there's a lot of selling, okay? Like, this is all sales and marketing, really. But if they don't believe that your mentorship can help them, they'll never buy it. Or they don't believe that, if they don't believe that the mentorship can help them, either because they don't believe that they can do it, or they don't believe in the mentorship, they still will not buy. So you need to convince them that they can do it with your mentorship. You tell stories, you position your mentorship properly in a video, and you have case studies. If you have student interviews, I mean, it shows them like, yo, if this guy can do it, why can't you? And then like, damn, yeah, you're right. They can do it. Why can't I? You know what I mean? So it's very simple. It's all you have to do. You have to tell your story, position your business model as the next big thing, and then from there, you show them results and show them how the mentorship can actually help them. Now, after you understand the VSL, right, here's the sales secrets that we use to get really an 80%. This is the old screenshot, 70, 80% close rate, 98% show rate, industry standard, 35% close rate, 60% show rate. That's complete BS. Like, we close at such a high rate because we know what we're doing. We're not average Joe Schmoes over here. We want to close at a high rate. So the sales sauce, here's all the sales sauce right now. Keynote here, learning sales is so easy. All you have to do is take sales calls. I've closed over 6 figures in sales, and now cash collected. I've cash collected over $100,000. Maybe even multi 6 figures. I'd have to go back and check, but it's very easy. Sales is so easy. You get better by taking the calls. But you're shifting their beliefs to make them realize that they need the mentorship. All we're selling on these calls is accountability with change. We're selling them the end results. Like, hey, we're going to help you change, that way you can get XYZ. A lot of the time, these people want to change or have wanted to change for a while, but they just procrastinated and haven't taken action. So they need your help as the coach, as the salesperson, to push them over the edge. And the way I see it is that it's a disservice if you don't sell people your program. You need to push it on them because you know it's going to change their life if they're a good fit, right? And then the way you do this is so it's pain and pleasure. That's the 2 main ways to make people change. So you want to do both. You don't want to do one or the other. I like to do both. So you want to decrease the pain of action. So basically what we're saying here is you make it easy for them to join the mentorship. You make it seem like, yo, it's going to be really easy to get you inside, because it's like the investment really is the main pain. It's like, oh, I got to fork over 4K. So you need to make them realize like, yo, this 4K actually isn't a big deal, because you're investing in yourself, you're going to make it back. You can increase the pain of inaction, meaning doing nothing, by bringing up what's happened in the past and causing pain there, psychological pain. So you're like, okay, over the past, 4 months here, John, like, I know you said you've been wanting to do YouTube for the past like 2 years, but why haven't we done anything? Oh, I've just been busy and stuff. So I guess, are you too busy to get out of your job? Because I know you said earlier that, you were tired of working, 9, 10 hours a day and you couldn't see your wife and kids. So I guess, is this something that you're actually serious about or not really? That's pain. It's like, damn, bro, you're working 10 hours a day and you can't see your wife and kids. That's the pain of inaction. It's like the pain of like, what happens if they stay the same and they don't change? And you can increase the pleasure of joining, which is basically you paint the dream scenario. You get them to realize like, yo, okay, if I joined this mentorship and was successful, where would I be? 10K a month. Okay, what would 10K a month do for you? Well, I'd be able to work less. I'd be able to hang out with my family. I'd be able to watch my kid actually grow up because, my dad wasn't there for me, or because I've been working so much. And it's like, boom. So right now, it's like, oh, there's a bunch of pleasure of joining. And if I don't do this, it's fucking painful. And that's where you have to create the gap, because at the call, they're around like here, right? But if we increase the pleasure, increase the pain of inaction, decrease the pain of action, look at this shit. They're going to join. They're going to join. It's that simple. Setting process. This is key. If you don't have a good setting, the setting process is what takes offers to $1 million a month, 6-figure months, and $1 million months. 3 simple steps. Okay. Right. We got +91 over here. We got Baljeet, but first of all, immediate contact is key. You want to dial every single lead within 5 minutes, especially the applications and booked calls, because after 5 minutes, decrease in contact rate is very high. So it's burning cash. You need to have someone setting and calling these leads within 5 minutes. Also, consistent follow-up as well. So that way, because sometimes leads just forget, or they miss our call, or they think it's a scam. So you see to follow up on leads occasionally, not down bad, but like gifts work really well. And then pre-qualify every single lead. Every single lead before getting on the sales call, we dial up with the setting process and qualify to keep DQ leads off the calendar. For example, a fucking Baljeet over here. Oh yeah, I have 1,500 to invest. And get to the call, right? End of call. Yeah, man, sounds good. I just need to go get a credit card from my friend. I'm gonna borrow it from my friend to be able to join. And if I pull up the WhatsApp right now, last time I texted him, you can't see it, but I said, hey, have any questions or anything? Not yet, bro. It's just that I'm having an issue with the funds right now, so I'll ping you once everything's sorted. Waste of fucking 52 minutes. Waste of time. So we need to make sure we super, like, it depends. Okay, if they're from India, triple qualify them. If they're 15, triple qualify them. If they're from a first world country, you don't have to go that deep. But yeah, so you need to make sure every single league that's not a DQ, it's just a waste of time because they can't afford it. So it's like, it's not me being racist. It's like he just can't afford it. Okay, so it's like what? We're both just like circle jerking ourselves here, wasting time. Waste of his time because he can't join the mentorship. Waste of my time because I'm not making any money. I'm not earning any money. So after that, though, you need to have back end selling systems that really help. This is how we have a 98% show rate and 80% close rate. Because just because someone bucks does not mean that they're ready to join. They're semi-interested and curious. People need more information. This is a scale of people whenever they join or whenever they book a call. Okay, so this is where deals get done in the 40 to 60 range, right? But a lot of people are going to join in. They're going to be curious, general interest, or highly interested. They're not going to be ready to pay. And especially if you want a PIF, they need to be in this layup deal range. So what we need to do is we need to have these systems in place that are going to warm them up, answer their questions, make them want to buy. For example, if you're going to buy a MacBook or you're going to buy a new car, you're probably not ready just to PIF it. You probably have some questions like, okay, how long is the lease? What's my interest rate? How cool is the car? What does the maintenance look like? You know what I mean? You're gonna have all these questions, the uncertainties that are gonna hold you back from actually buying. And that's what we do with back-end selling systems, especially as a marketer. So I'm gonna show you them right now. First one's the confirmation page. After someone books, they should be sent to a confirmation page that's gonna bombard them with information, like kamikaze them. So a shit ton of information, right? So basically, it's like you have a video that kind of answers common questions, explains these fucking cook. If you make a confirmation video that just answers common questions, talks about the mentorship, it cooks leads, right? On top of that, showing student results and maybe even having some other documents that just handle common questions. The whole goal of the pre-call is to handle common objections and questions before the sales call so they show up as a layup. If they're scared that it won't work for them, but they see an interview with someone similar to them, easy. So all I need to do is look on the sales calls. What objections am I getting? Pre-handle them in the back-end marketing. And on top of this is another back-end selling system with the sales team. So we have the sales team texting back and forth with the lead, answering any questions that they have, and pushing them to assets. So like right here, push them to assets. And this is another key thing. What we need to do here is we need to send them relatable assets. So for example, if they're a 15-year-old kid, I'm going to send them an asset of a teenager making money. Right? If they're a doctor, I'm going to send them an asset of a doctor making money. Be like, hey, John's just like you. He's 34. He's a doctor, but he actually got into YouTube now. He can spend more time with his family and stuff. Have you seen this? Oh, no, I haven't, but I'll check it out right now. Instantly cooked. Because if they see someone in their exact same situation or very similar to them succeeding, it's a no-brainer for them. Because all we're trying to do here with the back end systems, all this marketing, we're just spewing, bro. It's just like a machine gun from like 200 yards away. We're hoping we hit them with some information. The sales team, though, they make it 1-to-1. So if we can send them assets specific to this exact person, which is what the sales rep can do, makes it easy. And the truth is here, great sales plus bad marketing is okay. Bad sales plus great marketing is okay. But great marketing and great sales combined is OP, which is why we need to combine them. I'm not just marketing or sales. I'm both because both are pivotal. If you have really good sales and really good marketing, it's over. It's so easy. That's why we have 80% close rate, 98% show rate, high at AOV. But assets are the back end selling systems. So assets, like I said, warm up your prospects. You can use the VSL that can shift their beliefs, sell them on the business model, tell your story with it. Like I said, you can have the confirmation video, answers common questions. And you can have student interviews that show them that this stuff actually works and showing people that are similar to them, as well as FAQs that just answer common questions, right? Finally is the scaling sequence so you never plateau. Very simple. Let's go into the dashboard that we built for tracking. So this is the dashboard that we have right now. Basically, it's very simple, right? Basically, their sales data gets put in and we can see everything. We can see our cash collected. We can see our cash collected per call. So per booked call, we make around $1,000. AOV is 1,500. So this is low because we close a lot of low ticket deals as well. But our AOV on high ticket, like we can see here, PIF is going to be we have 22 PIFs, and then We go to closed or payment plan maybe. We can see like, okay, like what's our AOV, etc. So it's like bada boom, bada bing. But anyways, right? We can even look by the closer. We can look by the setter. It's like whenever I set, right? I've set $14,000, 80% close rate, 100% close rate, etc. But we can see our show rate, we can see our close rate, we can see the number of booked calls as well, and we can really see the constraint. Like, what's the constraint in the business, as well as we can even, you know, as well as we can see the commissions down here and everything, and then we can also see our confirmed call, like where our calls are coming from. We're kind of fixing this right now. It's a little bit buggy, but something that it will be fixed really soon. And but we can see right now that like we have a low call volume. Like for the past 77 days or so, we've only booked 92 calls, which is very low. Good offers are booking 3 to 5 calls a day, so we can see our constraint. A lot of issue with you guys is you don't know your numbers, you don't know what you need to do. Us, we know it's very simple. We need to book more qualified calls. If we double this call volume, if we 10x, we'd be at $1 million. You know what I mean? So it's very easy because like 80% close rate, we can't double that. We can't double that. This is just because of low ticket deals. So it's like we just need more booked calls. But if you're not tracking, you are slacking. So you need to make sure that you're actually tracking every single data, every single metric, so that way you can actually succeed. But that's how I made over $400,000 at the VSL funnel. Like I said, if you want to see how we can help you, first link in the description, you can book a call with me. Peace.